ready to sacrifice their money only to eliminate the treatment program. Was that not really true?
I could remember even when I received a call, I told His Excellency, they offered me millions of dollars. And you know what they said? That you people, you are playing with wealth. That's black diamond you are holding.
And what was the black diamond? The HIV/AIDS?
HIV/AIDS.
So
they wanted to get hold of the medication. I told His Excellency, he is in the picture. He fully knew about that story. And I could even remember when a journalist working with TF, this radio station in France, CFI, she came here, she interviewed me, she saw the whole treatment with the results. The woman had to write a personal letter to me apologizing for giving the wrong picture of what she saw in country. The letter is with His Excellency. That I was dictated, sort of, forced by my editor to bring the story in the negative way.
But that was not actually the truth.
That was not her actual intention. She wrote a personal letter to me, which I handed over to His Excellency. The CNN journalist, I could remember, begging me to just mention the word that, nah, the treatment is not true. He had to follow me, ask late Mosanya, I wish he was here, that I only want, Dr. Mbo, that word from you. I told him that, what, you think I'm a madman? You imagine me saying the right thing to tell you that is wrong? That is impossible.
Okay, what was the whole idea? The whole idea was just to bend the truth, just to make money?
That was the primary aim. You know, this thing is more of politics now, because there is a lot of money involved in these medical drugs. So to them, it is impossible for the discovery to come from the Gambia or to come from our leader. So their primary aim was just to see how to tarnish his image and then to put a full stop to the whole program. Okay. But now, the funniest thing is that if you are following the media, if you are okay with the media, you'll find out that even CNN, other media stations, they do report about institutions, individuals coming up with medications. And now the word incurable has changed to curable. So the word HIV is curable. You could see the hypocrisy, the way some of these best brains can mislead the whole world. It's very sad.
It's all politics.
It's all politics, and the money involved too.
But now, let me just bring this scenario. Let's suppose only that the president sit down that morning and announced and said, I want to sell the formula to anyone who will pay the highest price. What will have been the scenario, the outcome of that announcement?
I think they would have responded positively. They would have responded positively because they will know that it is for their interest. But when he declared that he is not going to sell the medication, I mean, that was the end of the game. I could remember also one South African professor who came here and gave me one book about this HIV/AIDS. If you read that book, you'll find out that there is so many politics into medicine nowadays. Institutions, these companies, they are not after the health of their people. They are after the money. Medicine is something that is, is a natural gift. To be a seasoned medical practitioner is a natural gift. Not that I attended University A or University B, or I was under Professor D or Professor Alpha, so I'll come out to be a good doctor. No, it's a natural gift. What you read from the textbooks are quite different from the clinical things that you see in real medicine when you start practicing medicine.
So it's theory versus practical.
Exactly. You have the two. And you need to combine the two, your practical experience and then the theory. And it's a wide area. It's wider than the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean. And no individual can claim to be an authority in medicine. Even in the best hands in medicine, something can happen. Anything can happen to even the most seasoned medical so-called practitioner in this world.
Okay, let me ask this question now. Before you were invited by the president to join him that morning, the 17th, did he discuss with you, his plans to start the treatment program in any way?
To be quite honest, no.
It was just a surprise.
It was a surprise. I had the call from the Secretary General who called me that you are wanted by His Excellency. By then I was in Georgetown, trekking. I had to leave immediately. And I was here. I could remember I slept in Barra, 3 a.m. in the morning, because there was no ferry to cross me. So I came direct to State House. That was it. By 6 o'clock I was there. Then in the morning, 9 o'clock, the great man came.
Now you happen to, of course, head the President's Alternative Treatment Program. Of course, that was not the initial name. It has been institutionalized, formalized, and then you have an office. But now, how did you feel seeing the program expanding to all the diseases that also the West claimed to be very difficult to cure? Of course, you are talking about infertility, we are talking about diabetes, we are talking about all the, numerous diseases that the President is curing. How did you feel watching the treatment program expand towards them?
That's why I always say I'm the happiest medical practitioner in this world, working with the first individual who discovered the medications that have the potential to eliminate the human virus, and secondly with all the other treatment programs involved. In the first place, I'm not only happy, but it's an honor and a pride too. Anywhere they mention His Excellency, Dr. Mbo's name is number 2. You understand? And I have gained a lot from the treatment program. So it's a combination of now Dr. Mbo conventional on the right-hand side, traditional on the left-hand side.
And they both work.
And then the practical experience I have gained and the medical knowledge I have achieved.
It was also a learning process for you. Am I right?
It's not only a learning process for me, but it's making me to be more mature in the medical field too. So I can receive and hit blows in the ring anyhow I want, because I'm fully mature in the medical field. Check, for example, the infertility. How many thousands of cases I've done for infertility. I've operated thousands and thousands of individuals. You will see a woman with a real infertility problem passing through Dr. A, B, C, Z, up to Z, without any gain. And after having the medication, 2 or 3 months, you see the lady pregnant. So how will you explain that, Abdo? Were the tubes blocked? Was it uterine fibroid? Was it cervical incompetence? Was it hormonal imbalance? Or was it the medications? You understand? Mm-hmm. So you tend to mix everything and then try to get the best out of the two.
Dr. Mbo, of course, before the anniversary of the President's treatment program, we had the first anniversary of the death of Alai Modu Sanyang, who was part and parcel of the treatment program. How will you remember the man's participation, the man's active participation, of course, involvement in the treatment program from the very outset?
It's very difficult to describe Modu Sanyang with words. I know of one thing. He was not only a friend to me, but a mentor too. He really contributed a lot to the treatment program. He was the media man for the program. And he was with us day and night. That's why anytime we have any celebration, His Excellency mentions his name. He was a great man, one of the greatest Gambians I've ever worked with. He's a man I'll never forget in my life, because he too contributed a lot towards the treatment, either directly or indirectly. Julit la, yal na ko yalla yerem ta xare ko arjana. Man suma xarit la, suma mentor la, ne lu bari la ma jangal si adina si. Yo xam nga ne guddee bëccëg man Mamour Sagnang la woon tëdd rek ñu daan taagali te su demee bi di tëdd si sax dinañ wax sa téléphone bi. Yal na ko yàlla yërëm te xare ko arjana. Doonoon na nit ku baax, doonoon musu man dama ko dee wax ne du ma musa gis ku bugg a président Jammeh ba jot Alaaji Modu Sanyang. Yoo xam nga ne tricota waxtaanam yëpp yëfi paa bi la ak naka la ñoo def. to make things to be right.